Hi, 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 hi. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How is everybody doing this morning? Go ahead and hit the share button wherever you are. Hit the share button right now, right now. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and let people know that your favorite motivator is in the house. You know what? We're doing something different today. I hope we're doing something different today. We're going to see how this works. We haven't gone live on IG in a while, so let's show our IG people some love today. All right. So are you ready? I'm ready. Let me get a sip of water. Stay hydrated, y'all. Repeat after me. Take a deep breath. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Y'all can't even hear me. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, love bugs. It is your favorite motivator, Mimi the Motivator, and this is the Get High on Motivation Show. Welcome back to another episode. I believe we up to the season 4, episode 16. Y'all, we are making moves and progress out here, and we are about to be on more platforms. So if you have been looking for another way to watch me or to listen to me, then I am putting that together just for you. So get ready, because the new year is going to roll out some new things, not just for me, but for you as well. There is an abundance. 2022 is the year of rebuilding. So get ready for that. Get ready to rebuild and recreate your life and make it just how you desire, because whatever you desire, you deserve. And if you are tuned into today's show, then you are in the right place, because we get together every week to just do this one thing, which is to become 1% better in one area of our life every single day. We out here taking baby steps to our success. We're taking baby steps to get to our desired destination. We're taking baby steps to manifest all that we desire and deserve and love. If you have any interest in building up your mind, your body, your spirit, or your finances, then you're in the right place, because we work on all those things. I believe that you are a whole person, and we work on the whole of you. That's what I do as a holistic coach. Holistic coach always sounds like I'm all holier than thou and stuff, but no, that's not what I do. I work on your whole self, your mind, your body, your finances, your spiritual, your everything. So let's break down today's show. We're going to do what we always do. We're going to have some food for thought, and then we're going to have a conversation. And today's conversation is about the top 5 financial habits for you to live by. You have to have the habits to become the person. You cannot become a billionaire without billionaire habits. I'm so grateful for my team right now. We are on a 30-day challenge. We are shifting. We're calling it Get Your Shift Together. And I love doing things like this. I love challenges, because it always allows you an opportunity to level up. It allows you an opportunity to connect with other people who are on the same track. Now, you might be leaving some of your friends behind, and that's okay, because you're going to gain new friends doing new things the way you desire to do them. Food for thought today comes from me, from your favorite motivator's favorite motivator. I posted this the other day, that truth hurts. The truth hurts, but deception cuts deeper. The truth hurts, but deception cuts deeper. Have you ever been in a position where somebody was telling you an untruth, and then they wanted you to buy into it as if it was the truth, but you knew it wasn't the truth? And you may not know specifically what the truth is, but you know what's coming out of their mouth is totally not it. And then you're sitting there wondering what's going on. You know, I find that when people are dishonest with me, that it is an insult to my intelligence. Because to me, what you're saying to me is, you think I don't know no better. You think my brain don't work. You think that I have no power of discernment, then you obviously don't know me. Now, if you're a stranger going about business this way, then I can understand, because you don't know no better. But if you know me, then you definitely know that I have a very strong power of discernment. I'm tapped in, tuned in, and turned on into my intuition. I trust my inner GPS system and I listen to it every day. Now, I don't always do what it says. I'm not going to lie, but I do trust my inner GPS system because I know that my inner GPS system knows things that I don't know and that I may not have the physical or scientific proof for. We have to be able to trust our intuition. Truth is a vibration. It vibrates at a certain level, where dishonesty vibrates at a lower level. And if you are tuned into energy, if nothing else, the energy will tell you, because energy does not lie. Energy will never lie. Energy will always tell you the truth, only if you are tapped in, tuned in to listen. How often do you listen to yourself? How often do you listen to that small, still voice? That quiet voice that's always whispering the things that scare you. Your inner GPS system knows exactly which way to go if you haven't gone this route before. And I mean this in the physical sense, driving down the street and something tells you to turn this way, turn that way. There may be an accident or something that does not serve you ahead. But in the same thing in our personal world, in our business relationships, in our personal relationships, there's an inner GPS system that will let you know, turn right here, stop right here. And sometimes we even need to bust a BITCH, bust a U-turn and go back the other way because we have gone too far off of course. See, we have to course create. I cannot get the words together, y'all. I think I need another sip of water. We have to course correct. I got it. Course correct. And the only way we can course correct is if we get on the course. And some people are afraid of the course correct part. They're afraid to mess up. They're afraid to hit the potholes. They're afraid to go down a dead end road. But sometimes you don't know a road is a dead end until you've gotten there. You have to be willing to go down the road. And the road that I really want to encourage you to do is to follow your inner GPS system. Follow the messages that it gives you. Follow the truths that it's giving you, even when somebody is in your face lying. Like I said, truth hurts, but deception cuts deeper. So let's not be deceiving the people in our lives because we don't want to hurt their feelings with our truth, because we don't want them to get mad at us. People are going to get mad. We can't do nothing about that. They're going to get mad. They're not always going to accept what we say. They're not always going to accept our thoughts and our feelings and our emotions. That's their problem, not ours. Our job is to make sure that we are standing in our truth, that we are walking in our truth, and that we are definitely speaking our truth. You cannot tell somebody a lie and be mad at them for not accepting it. Period. If you're going to be willing to tell a lie, know this first and foremost. When we tell somebody a lie, we have given permission to that other person to lie as well. Even if they have not admitted to us that they know we're lying, we've given them a ticket. We're giving them a ticket to say whatever they want to say and then do something completely different if they want to, because we have done that. Everything that we do, we give everybody in our life permission to do the same. It's not a verbal permission. It's a physical permission. It's a behavioral permission. So what is your behavior giving people in your life permission to do? What truths have you not been telling? What truths are you afraid to tell because you don't want to rock the boat? Well, listen, you're going to have to rock the boat because there's some people that don't even belong on your boat. There's some people that don't belong on your ship and they need to be tossed aboard. We got to think about this. Who are the people in your life that you know always telling you lies? Maybe consider why. Have we done something to make them feel uncomfortable in telling us the truth? I believe I'm definitely guilty of that. I believe that I have expressed something that put people in a position where they don't want to pop in with the truth. They're holding it back. They're putting it in their back pocket because they scared. They scared you're going to snap, crackle, and pop on them. They're scared that you won't approve of them. They're scared you just go the other direction or that you won't make the purchase. But we have to be sure that we are being honest, being truthful. because truth will always prevail and the truth will always come out at some point. It may not be immediately, it might be years down the road you find out some kind of truth that you're like, oh my God. But what if we're the ones doing that to the people in our lives? What if we're the ones that are holding back the truths? Let's not hold back the truths in our lives. Let's be more truthful. Let's be so bold and so courageous just for the rest of the year to be bold and truthful. Let's leave all the lies in the past. And even if we've told some lies, it's okay. You might even have to tell the truth about the lies that you done told, and that's a whole nother conversation. But if nothing else, from this point on, make it your business to be 1% better in being honest. Be honest with your family. Be honest with your friends. Be honest with your business partners. Be honest with your boo. Because a lot of us are not being honest with our boo. We're not being honest about what our real needs are, what we really desire. We're not being honest about what's really offending us that they're doing. See, you lie by two ways. You lie by omission and commission. So by omitting the truth or committing a lie, both of them are dishonest. So let's go on and hop into the subject of today. Financial habits to live by. I be watching y'all. I be scrolling through y'all's Instagrams and Facebooks, and I see what you're spending your money on. I see where you're going, what you're doing, what you broadcasting on the IG. And you're telling on yourself. You're telling us what your real wealth mindset is. And your wealth mindset is more of a poverty mentality because you're getting the money and you're spending it right away. I had one of my friends call me yesterday and she was talking about how, they're having this whole holiday week at their house. And that her husband wants to buy a brand new big TV to go in their living room that they never sit in just so they can have movie night, one night for the family. So he's ready to go spend $1,000+ on a television for one night. What is the logic behind that? Ain't none. Period. That's your ego. Our ego allows us to spend way more than we ever should. Our ego has us out there doing things, trying to keep up with the Joneses, keeping up with the Kardashians, the Carters, trying to wear red bottoms when our rent costs the same price as a red bottom shoe. Come on, man. We have to be mindful of what we're doing out here. We have to be mindful of how we are perpetuating spending for the generations to come. Because if they see us balling all out and trying to look the part and not really being the part, because a lot of people out here look wealthy and look like they got money, but they don't really have it. They don't have money in the bank. They don't have assets. They have liabilities. Yeah, they got a house that you see them in, this big, beautiful house, but they're paying a mortgage on it, which means they don't own it. It's a liability. Unless they renting out a room in that thing for Airbnb, it's a liability. We have to focus more on assets, right? So before I get all excited in the conversation, let's start with number one. Number one is spend less than you make. Now, my dad, if you're watching, I'm sorry. I always use you as an example. And I might be telling a story, so you might have to correct me when I get there. But you have to spend less than you make. And what I have known about my dad in the past is that my dad used to spend more than he made. I don't believe that he does that anymore, but it was a habit that I seen him do when I was younger. And it scared me. And I'm glad. Thank you, my dad. Because it makes me spend less and less. But almost sometimes in a space of scarcity. So we don't want to spend from a place of lack or a lack mentality or a scarcity mentality. But what we do want to do is be sure that we are not spending all that we bring in. Wealth is not about how much you make. Wealth is about how much you keep. So you're making the money, but how much of that money are you keeping in your pocket? When you have some extra, as what we call extra, do you go buy some extra things or some things you've been thinking about buying? Just because? Is that when you go buy the seafood that you don't normally buy? Is that when you go buy the big steaks, the ribeyes and stuff that you don't normally buy? And go out to the fancy restaurants because I got some extra money in my pocket? What if we didn't look at it like that? Let's spend less than we make. There's 2 rules that you can go by. So if you're new to this game, I want to encourage you to live by 70% of your income. 70% of your income, 70% of your gross income, not the take-home pay. 70% of what you make before they take the taxes out is what I want to encourage you to do. 70%. That other 30% of what you make needs to go other places. We need to be saving. We need to be giving some money back into the universe. And we need to be paying ourselves first and foremost. Pay you before you pay your bills. All right. I should have added that onto the list. But definitely be sure that you are spending less than you make. Now, if you're really ready to up your game and you've already been doing the whole 70%, then I'm going to encourage you to stretch a little further and only spend 30% of your income, because that's what the average billionaire lives off of, is 30% of the income that they generate. Now, I know you're probably thinking, like, how does that happen? Create more income, period. And if you don't know how to do that, you need to contact me. You can text wealth to 727-265-1615. That's wealth to 727-265-1615. And we can talk about how you can build up your wealth more, because you should be making money while you sleep. We have to give up this idea of exchanging time for money. Because if we do that and we have passive and residual income coming in, then we won't have to worry about if we're spending less than we're making, because we know we're making more than we ever have. But do not increase your spending habits with that. Just because you get a raise doesn't mean that you should raise your spending. Allow the raise to come and keep the extra in the bank until you figure out where to place it in a safer vehicle, because I do not condone or promote holding money in the bank. They using your money. They using you and your money and charging you to use your money. Them late fees and stuff, they charging you to use your money. It's crazy. Become your own banker. Figure out that. And if you want to know how to become your own banker, contact me. Number 2 on my list is be wise with your debt. Be wise with your debt. There's a thing such as good debt and bad debt, and you need to know the difference. I was under the impression that all debt was bad. False impression, wrong information, broke mentality. The wealth mindset knows that there is good debt. The wealth mindset knows about using other people's money. Why are you using your own money? Especially if you're in business. You ain't got no business using your personal money in business. You should be using business funding, and you should be using your business credit and no longer using your personal credit score. Again, text me wealth 727-265-1615 if you want to have this type of conversation. Because I put people in this type of position, my company, not me personally, my company, the Feel Rich Group, works on these type of things with our clients, because we have to be sure that you are well-rounded. You got to have your money right. You got to have your mindset right. You have to have your physical health right. And you got to have your spirit right, your emotional well-being right. But we do not have to be stressed out because we've been spending all of our money on our business. Use other people's money. Don't use other people's money to go get that $1,000 TV, though, or to buy Christmas gifts or any other gifts for any other holiday, Valentine's Day, all of that stuff. We got a whole list. They've got a holiday for every day of the week to make sure that you continue to spend your money. So be wise with your debt. If you're going to open up a credit card, make sure that it is a credit card for a reason. It's a credit card that pays you back. It has points, and that credit card is not because you don't have the money to pay your bills. You're using that credit card for the benefits, and then you're immediately taking out that debit card and paying the credit card bill off. Be wise with your debt. Be mindful of your debt. Watch your debt, because it can be growing or it can be diminishing. We need to know what is our debt to income ratio. So how much are you spending versus how much debt you got going on? Know your numbers. Know your credit score, all of them, because it's not just one. We got to know these things, guys. Number 3, protect yourself against setbacks. How do you do that? I call it defensive planning. You defensively plan by making sure that you have 3 months of your monthly nut in an account somewhere. Now, that is where the bank comes in. Let them hold that money that you're not using right now, because the rest of it should be making money for you somewhere, somehow, whether you're an affiliate for a program, network marketing, trading on Forex, any of that, all of that. But be sure that you are protecting yourself against setbacks, because they will come. Another way you can protect yourself from setbacks is having another stream of income. You cannot depend on just one stream, especially if you are a 9-to-5 person. If you go to work today and they say, listen, sweetheart, we cutting back and you got to go, you no longer have that job. You no longer have that income to depend on. Be sure that you have multiple streams of income coming in. The average millionaire has 7 streams of income. How many do you have? So that way, if one stream dries up, you're okay because you got multiple ones coming in. Even if they don't pour in like the rest, at least they can allow you to maintain until you find your next business move or your next career move. All of this is up to us. Protect yourself against setbacks. Have a plan. Be sure that you're putting money in vehicles that you can access when you need to. Be sure you have a plan in case something goes wrong. If you are married, you and your spouse should have a plan of, in case something happens to one of us, what is the other person going to do? Because we got to make sure that these bills still get paid. We have to make sure our children are still provided for. We still got to eat. And I don't care if your spouse is a homemaker, there still has to be a plan in case something happens to you. Number 4. We're at number 4. Have a short and a long-term plan. Long money requires a long-term plan. You don't get long money in a short term. You have to think long-term investments and short-term investments. What I like to encourage you to do is use your short-term plan to build up to the longer one. And how you do that is have the long vision first. Have your 10-year plan. And if you have a 10-year plan, you can break those numbers and those goals in half. And that lets you know where you should be at the 5-year mark. Then break it down some more to see where should you be at the 3-year mark. Where should you be in 1 year? Where should you be in 6 months? Have a plan. Have a savings plan of how you're going to do it. I don't care if it's a jar and every day you come home and put your loose change in the jar, or every day you come home and put your single dollar bills in there. It will add up. Stash it away. Make sure your money is going into multiple bank accounts. Don't have it all in one place. Have a plan. How much money do you desire to be generating when you old and gray and sitting on the couch watching Netflix? Or sitting on the beach watching the waves and the sunset? You have to decide that now. You can't wait until you get old and gray to decide that. Decide now, because what decisions you make today is going to decide what you're going to live later. We don't encounter our results immediately in the financial world typically. The decisions that we're making now, so if you're 20 years old, the decisions you make in your 20s are going to affect you probably about in your 40s or so. There's a whole delayed thing that happens. So no matter where you are in life right now, financially, you can improve it. Warren Buffett made most of his money after he was old and gray. So we still got time. If we don't have gray hair, I only got a little bit. So I still got plenty of time. Number 5, because I don't want to run out of time. Number 5, give of yourself. You have to contribute into the universe. There's this thing called the law of compensation. There's a law of reciprocity. And all these laws pretty much are the same thing. The law of cause and effect. Give of yourself. Your most precious asset is your time. People say time is money. Be sure that you're volunteering places. Because guess what happens when you volunteer places? You volunteer places with people who need what you have. You volunteer at places with people who have what you need, but you don't know that until you get out there and give of yourself. Givers gain. So if you want more in life, you'd have to give more. You want more money, then give money. Where are you contributing money to? What charity? Are you giving money to the homeless? Are you feeding the homeless? What are you doing to give to people who cannot give back to you? Give of yourself. Give of your finances, is time, talent, and treasure. Give of yourself, whatever you have. To make this happen. You have to make this happen. Give of yourself. Give of your time. Give of your money. And I know somebody is watching and listening and thinking, I don't have no money to give. I can't even pay my bills right now. Well, good. If you can't afford to pay your bills, then you can take one of those dollars that don't amount up to bill amount and go give it to somebody else. Go put it in a different place. Go put it in someone else's hands, in someone else's purse or pocket. Go put it in the ground. Now, I know that sounds real crazy to some of y'all, but for my spiritual gangsters, they get it. What we're going to do is we're going to plant that money in the ground and bury it. Pour some water on it because we want it to grow. And then give thanks to the universe, to the ancestors, to your God. Call it what you want, whatever your higher power is, that this money is going to grow. I dare you to do it. I double dog dare you to do it, because I know this is definitely out of some of my people's wheelhouse. But trust and believe that there are some powers out there that we are not privy of. There's some powers out there that are ready to work for us. The universe is rigged for you. The universe is your biggest co-conspirator. So if you know that, go on and let the universe do something for you that can complement you. So go ahead and bury that money in the ground, water it, and watch it grow in your bank account. You can do it. So just to recap, our 5 financial habits to live by are: 1, spend less money than you make. Number 2, be wise with your debt. Number 3, protect yourself against setbacks, defensive planning. Number 4, have a short-term and a long-term goal. Allow your short-term goal to feed into the long-term goal, or use your long-term goal and break it down into small bite-sized pieces. And number 5, this is to me one of the most important: give of yourself. Give of yourself, give of yourself, give of yourself. When you give of yourself, it's another message going to the universe that you want to be given to. So do what it is that you desire from the world. Do what you desire from your community. So if you want your community to support you, support the community. If you want somebody to buy your products and services, make sure you're buying people's products and services and not the ones like Walmart and Amazon. They got plenty of supporters. Support local businesses. Support your friends who are in business. Even if you don't even like what they got, support them. Because know that the universe will support you back. I want to thank everybody who tuned in today, wherever you are tuning in from. I love you. If you are watching a replay, go on and hit the replay game. Let me know where you're at and where you're chiming in from. But definitely share this with somebody that you love. I mean, you can share it with somebody to get on your nerves too. I appreciate all the love. But people need to hear this message. Many of us need to get our finances together, because the reason we're really stressed out is because our money ain't right. And Siri said it's time to go. So I'm out of here. Get your money together. Get your life together. Get your mind, your body, your spirit, and your finances right by tuning in every single week to the Get High on Motivation Show. I'm your favorite motivator's favorite motivator, Mimi the Motivator, and this is the Get High on Motivation Show. I will see you next week. Beat me here, because